All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're taking a dynamic, macro-level snapshot of a nation going through some extreme physical and technological shifts, all on one very specific day, August 26, 2026. You know, we usually experience the news and the weather locally, right in our own backyards. But today, we are zooming way, way out. We're using a massive data drop from the daily tech reader to map out the stark contrasts across the entire United States. And then we're going to pivot to the rapidly shifting technological climate that's reshaping our world at the exact same time.
Here is how we'll break it down today. First, extreme heat and scorching sun. Second, the widespread thunderstorm belt. Third, smoke, sun, and cool anomalies. And finally, number 4, the technological climate.
Starting with Section 1, extreme heat and scorching sun, boiling points across the west and south.
So when we talk about late August heat, sure, we expect it to be warm, but a massive chunk of the country is operating at literal boiling points today. The big standout here is Phoenix, which is hitting a staggering 116 degrees, putting it squarely in the official National Weather Service Very Hot, or VRYOT, category. And they aren't sweating it out alone in the desert Southwest. Yuma is right behind them at a blistering 115 degrees, and Las Vegas is sitting at 110. When temperatures get this high, it honestly ceases to be just weather. It becomes this fundamental force. Fun fact for you, commercial airplanes actually start struggling to generate enough lift to take off once the temperature climbs past 115 degrees. The infrastructure, the power grid, our daily routines, they all literally have to bend to accommodate a day like this.
But here's the thing, that extreme heat isn't just isolated to the desert. Think about Houston, San Angelo, and Waco in Texas, stretching straight across to Fresno, California. All of them are sitting at exactly 103 degrees under completely sunny skies. It's just a staggering, unrelenting wall of heat stretching across thousands of miles. Millions of people are stepping outside today into the exact same sweltering conditions, which means we need immense energy resources just to keep everyday life cool and functional.
Moving on to Section 2, the widespread thunderstorm belt, tracking severe weather across the nation.
Now that extreme dry heat is really only half the story today. Down south, the entire state of Florida is practically one continuous thunderstorm. While the Southwest deals with that dry 106-degree oven, Florida is trapped in a suffocating electric atmosphere. Major hubs like Orlando are hitting 95 degrees, with Tampa right behind at 92. Imagine that combination for a second. Mid-90s heat layered with intense thunderstorms. It's incredibly muggy, highly volatile weather, and it stretches all the way down through Miami Beach and Key West. When we group these regions together, we can clearly see a massive interconnected thunderstorm belt. It stretches from 97-degree extremes in Little Rock all the way up through the Midwest and into the Mountain West. The spread is just wild. You've got the Deep South, places like New Orleans and Atlanta getting pounded by storms in the 90s, but then that same volatile energy pushes north into the Midwest, bringing storms to Chicago and Detroit in the 80s, and it even extends way out west to Denver and Missoula, Montana, which is seeing storms at a really hot 93 degrees. It's a remarkably active day across the board, showing just how interconnected these atmospheric systems really are. Section 3. Smoke, sun, and cool anomalies. Outliers in the atmosphere. All right, so we've covered the baking sun and the severe storms, but there are pockets of the country dealing with highly localized, frankly anomalous conditions that we definitely need to talk about. Up in the Pacific Northwest and Mountain West, cities like Great Falls, Pendleton, Spokane, and Yakima are officially registering smoke as their primary sky condition, all while battling intense upper 90s heat. This is a crucial takeaway. 95 degrees in Yakima is very different from 95 degrees in Orlando. Up there, it's not just about the temperature, it's about severely impacted air quality and super low visibility. That completely changes the physical reality on the ground for the people living there. To really wrap your head around today's extremes, let's compare the desert Southwest with Alaska. We have a 61-degree temperature differential happening at the exact same moment within the same National Weather Report. That's crazy! Phoenix is practically melting at 116, while folks up in Fairbanks are throwing on their rain jackets for a chilly 55-degree day with active showers. Side by side, it perfectly captures the sheer vastness and the incredible climatic diversity of the continent. Now, amidst all this extreme heat, the severe thunder, and the thick smoke, there is a bit of a Goldilocks zone today. Providing a brief moment of calm, the eastern seaboard from Boston down to Washington, D.C., is enjoying remarkably stable and pleasant weather in the high 70s and 80s. Boston is sitting at a beautiful, sunny 80 degrees, New York City is at 83, and DC is at 88. So for tens of millions of people in that highly populated corridor, August 26th is really just a perfectly normal, quiet, late summer day.
Well, that covers the physical climate, but it begs a really vital question about the rapidly shifting digital environment we're also navigating today. Just as pressure systems and temperatures fluctuate to create extreme weather, the technology sector, and specifically artificial intelligence, is experiencing its own unprecedented heatwave right now. Section 4. The Technological Climate. Recent AI milestones leading to today.
You see, the Daily Tech Reader didn't just give us weather data, they gave us a snapshot of the major technological milestones leading right up to today, August 26, 2026. And the pace of these AI breakthroughs? It's just staggering. Back on July 10th, OpenAI pushed the envelope again with GPT 5.6, launching a unified AI workspace directly targeting enterprise knowledge workers. But then, just 5 days later, on July 15th, we see the legal friction that inevitably comes with this kind of rapid growth. The New York Times sought sanctions against OpenAI in a court filing alleging that evidence regarding training data had been withheld. It's a fascinating look at the push and pull of innovation versus regulation. And then, jumping to August 3rd, the whole global landscape shifted. China's moonshot Kimi K3 reportedly matched frontier US models, suddenly dominating the top 10 on OpenRouter. The AI space is absolutely heating up on a global scale, with intense competition, rapid enterprise deployment, and serious legal battles all happening simultaneously. Seeing these immense physical and technological extremes side by side leaves us with one crucial, enduring question about our collective future. On August 26, 2026, we're looking at a nation covered in 116-degree heat, widespread severe storms, and thick smoke, existing right alongside an industrial landscape marked by incredibly powerful, rapidly advancing AI models that are reshaping global enterprise. We are, without a doubt, living in an era of extremes, both in the skies above us and in the data centers that power our world. How we adapt to these physical boiling points while simultaneously harnessing these explosive technological advancements, well, that is the true forecast we all need to prepare for. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today, and I'll catch you next time as we continue to break down the systems that shape our world.